right, what's going on, Northridge? Another day, another video, I guess. I feel like I'm just making videos for a living at this point. It's just getting like wildly out of control. But here we go. It is what it is, right? So Brian asked me to do a video on how to check for student attendance inside of Encore. And that way you guys can go back and we can look at our 10th period. So tomorrow when you put your attendance in, which for those of you who are not sure how to do attendance, stick around at the end of the video. We'll do a little quick tutorial on how to do attendance under the new system. We have, this is how you are going to check attendance for your advisory on Monday mornings. If a student on Monday has either an A for either Thursday or Friday, right? We're not looking at just Friday. We're looking at Thursday or Friday because the AB days are still separated in the system. But you're going to go in. We're going to check on Monday to see if anybody in your advisory class has an A. If they have an A, you will go through and give them a call and just check on them, just find out what's going on. Quite frankly, I think it's going to be good for them to talk to you and to get back on track, some of those that are missing. Some of the kids, I imagine, will get called almost every single week, but that's okay. So what I have here, if you look on the screen, this is just the default Encore page. Click on Encore. That's just the page that comes up. Logged in as me. I'm going to go under teacher attendance entry. Click here. Okay, so this is the attendance entry. I'm going to select period 10. Well, it's already selected. Awesome. So I'm going to select period 10 right here because that's your advisory class. And then all of the students from your period 10 will be listed. This is where you would go in and manually do their attendance. But since they are not, since we are not doing attendance for your advisory, we are simply using this to check their attendance. What I am going to do is you can click on this student's name right here and it will show you their overall attendance for the whole thing. But there's kind of a cool trick. If I click on this, it's going to open up the window to this student's attendance for the previous week. But if you will hold down Control on the keyboard, while you click on it, you'll see what happens here. I'm going to hold down Control. I'm going to click on that student, that student, that student, that student, and that student. Okay. If you look at the top of the screen, what it did was it opened up a tab for each one of the students that I just clicked on. I am not going to scroll down and do the rest of the class because, quite frankly, I would have to go in and blur out all the student names, and that kind of takes a little time. And so just assume that the next thing I would do would be to scroll down and then click on the next 5 students and then scroll down and click on the next 5. So by the end, what I would have one tab open for each one of the students in my class. What I can do now is I can click on this first one. We're going to go ahead and look at it. For this particular student, whose name should be blurred out by now, you will see that I can go through and I can look at their attendance. So this is their attendance for the last however many since this semester started. All I care about is the last class period that they would have had. So for Thursday, right? If he had a class on Thursday, I'm going to check Thursday and Friday. So those 2 days, obviously, since it's not Friday, it doesn't appear here. But for Thursday and Friday, I'm going to look under here and I'm going to check. Do they have, on Thursday and Friday, do they have any A's? If they have an A in any one of their classes, I'm going to give them I'm going to figure out what class that is. And I'm going to call them and talk to them about that class. In your student information list, if you click on current grades, then you can go in and see what class they have for that current class period. But you can click on current grades, say this kid, second period, say he has, I don't know, Mr. Guyman for art, and he has an A here. I am going to talk to this kid about why he has an A for Mr. Guyman's class. Okay, so that's how you do that. I'm going to go through, and then I'm going to go. I'll give him a call if I need to. If not, I'll close this tab, go on to the next one. Give that person a call if I need to. If not, close the tab, and then I'll go through and just do every member of my advisory class. Okay, hopefully that clarifies it. It's not super handy, but it is good enough that I think it will get us by in the short term. If you got a grasp on that and you don't need to know how to do attendance, you can go ahead and kill the video right now. You are released from class. If you are not sure how to do attendance under the new system, I know we were talking about it, that there are a lot of teachers who just started this year who have never actually had to take attendance because of the scanning system. This is how you do it. Please note, do not use a positive attendance, because what's going to happen is it will automatically mark everybody absent. So we're going to just do the regular attendance entry. So I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to click on Encore so that you can see. I'm going to go under teacher attendance entry, the same window where we were just at. I'm going to select a class period. Okay. And then I'm going to come right here. And then for this particular class, since this is an 8A class or whatever, I could come in on Friday, select absent or late. Late if I had limited work from that student, absent if I had no work from them. For a Thursday class, for a B-Day class this week, I would select them right here. You're not going to mark everybody for Friday. You're going to mark them whatever the last day of the week for that class period was. You do not have to do this on Thursday if you don't want. You can do it on Friday. But if you do it on Friday, make sure that for the Thursday classes, you're marking the Thursday slot. It's not going to let you mark the Friday slot. That'll be grayed out. But make sure that for the Thursday class, you mark the Thursday slot. For the Friday class, you mark the Friday slot. Okay? If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to email me. You can call me in Teams. You can call me on my regular phone. I don't care. But reach out if you need help with this. If you're worried you're not going to get it right. Teams is probably the best, because then you can share your screen with me and I can show you click by click what to do if you're having a hard time. Okay. I know myself, and there's a few other teachers on the technology committee that are more than happy to help you get through this. Okay. I think that's it. It's not too tough. Have a good week, and happy Easter. Have fun calling everybody, right?